Podda Bridge railway link project getting noticeable as 26% of overall construction work accomplished. Time-tested leaders and workers to find place in the new Awami League committees, says Obaidul Qadir. BGP BSF agree on joint patrol to prevent smuggling and human trafficking. TCB continues sale of onion at 30 taka per kilogram as India allows sending in 25,000 tons of onion to Bangladesh. United States to increase troops in Syria as Russian forces clash with joint Syrian army. And Indian Premier League IPL opens in Abu Dhabi. Mumbai Indians set a victory target of 163 runs for Chennai Super Kings in the first match. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Khan, welcoming you all to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news and details. Army League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said only the tested leaders and activists will get a position in the committee of the party and the controversial ones will be left out. He said this at a review meeting of the progress of Western Bangladesh Bridge Improvement Project through video conference from his government residence in the capital today. Mentioning that his party will scrutinize whether the new committee has been given with kinship and their own people, Obaidul Qadir said long-tested leaders and activists must be evaluated in the committee. Posing threat to the wrongdoers, he said no one will be spared if he or she commits misdeeds within the party. The Road, Transport and Bridges Minister directed authorities concerned to move forward quickly the development works of many projects which have already been delayed due to corona pandemic.
পরিকল্পনা করে প্রাথমিক কাজগুলো দ্রুততার সাথে এগিয়ে নিতে হবে। প্রকল্প বাস্তবায়ন বিলম্বিত হলে নানাবিধ সমস্যা দেখা দেয়, তাই মাঝপথে গতি বাড়িয়ে এগোলেও কাজ নির্ধারিত সময় শেষ করার টার্গেট রাখতে হবে এবং তা অর্জন করতে হবে। সরকারের দুর্নীতি বিরোধী অনিয়ম অপকর্ম বিরোধী অভিযান অব্যাহত রয়েছে। এখন যে কোনো অবস্থায় যেখানেই দুর্নীতি যেখানেই অপকর্ম সেখানেই ব্যবস্থা গ্রহণ করা হচ্ছে এবং প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা নিজেই বিষয়টি তদারক করছেন। এই অভিযান চলবে, এমনকি আমাদের দলের অভ্যন্তরেও কেউ যদি অনিয়ম করে অপকর্ম করে সেটাও সরকারের প্রধানমন্ত্রী নজরের বাইরে নেই। সব কিছুই প্রতিনিয়ত রিপোর্ট হচ্ছে এবং কেউই অপকর্ম করে রেহাই পাবেন না। এখন যেসব কমিটি জমা হয়েছে সেগুলো কিন্তু আমরা হঠাৎ করে দিয়ে দেব না, আমরা যাচাই বাছাই করে তারপর যে পরীক্ষিত নেতা কর্মীরা আছেন কিনা সেটা দেখব।
Roads and Highways Division Secretary Mohammad Nazrul Islam, Roads and Highways Department Chief Engineer and high officials at the ministry joined the virtual meeting. Later, the Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir planted saplings of 2 trees at Shangshud Bhavan area as part of the 1 crore sapling planting program announced by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on the occasion of birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Indian Border Security Force (BSF) has reiterated its policy of using non-lethal weapons on Bangladesh-India border. Director General of Indian Border Security Force (BSF) Rakesh Asthana made the assurance during a joint briefing at the BGP headquarters in the city today. The BSF assured that all unarmed and innocent trespassers and victims of human trafficking will be handed over to BGP personnel. The BGP Director General Major General Muhammad Shafinul Islam said they are satisfied over the assurance of his BSF counterpart to bring down the killing to a zero level. He also said the BSF Director General would do its best for avoiding the loss of human lives across the border, taking preventive measures. The BGP Director General also said the Joint Coordinated Patrolling System, which was stopped for COVID-19 outbreak, will start soon. The heated up onion market in the country is cooling down following the news of trucks laden with onion are entering from India. In addition, prices of other daily essentials are also coming down. The state-run TCB has been selling daily commodities at fair prices at different places in the capital to keep the market stable. It is selling per kilogram onion at 30 taka. However, sellers and buyers stress the need for dismantling the hoarding syndicates. They also say in order to keep the market stable, people should not buy daily commodities, including onions, beyond their necessity. Authorities concerned say that at the moment, Bangladesh has 5 lakh tons of onion stock against monthly demand of 2 lakh tons. Meanwhile, the government has taken initiatives to import onions from other countries alongside reducing import tax and easing LC margin to expedite imports. The dead body of Hifazat-e-Islam Amir Maulana Ahmad Shafi was buried at the graveyard inside Hathazari Darul Ulum Moinul Islam Madrasa premises after Zohar prayers today. Earlier, the namaz-e-janazah of Allama Shah Ahmad Shafi was held at the Hathazari Darul Ulum Moinul Islam Madrasa premises. About 5 lakh people, including alim ulema and students of Qawmi madrasas from across the country, attended the janazah. Allama Ahmad Shafi died at a hospital in Dhaka yesterday evening. Allama Ahmad Shafi was born under Rangunia Thana in Chattogram district in 1916 and died at the age of 104 years. Allama Shafi has been suffering from old age complications for many years. Hifazat-e-Islam Amir Allama Ahmad Shafi was the Director General of Hathazari Al-Jamiatul Darul Ulum Madrasa since 1986. Besides, he was the chairman of Bangladesh Qawmi Madrasa Board, Bifaqul Madaris al-Arabia. "32 more COVID-19 patients died in the last 24 hours in the country, increasing the death toll from the pandemic to 4,913. The recovery count rose to 2,54,386 after another 2,051 recovered during the period. A press release of the Director General of Health Services said today. It said the tally of infections has surged to 3,47,372 as 1,567 new cases were confirmed in the last 24 hours. Now, international news. The worldwide death toll from corona pandemic has surpassed 9,57,000, while over 3,77,03,000 people tested positive for COVID-19. Besides, 2,24,07,000 people have recovered from coronavirus so far. India's COVID-19 death tally now stands at 85,765, while 53,29,983 people have corona cases. The United States is the hardest hit country, accounting for 69,32,000 COVID-19 cases and more than 2,03,000 fatalities. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom is now seeing a second wave of COVID-19, says Prime Minister Boris Johnson. He also said he did not want to go into bigger lockdown measures, but that tighter social distancing rules might be necessary. Early voting in the USA began in earnest Friday in 4 states. Both President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden visited a key Midwestern battleground, Minnesota, to mark the occasion. With the coronavirus pandemic limiting indoor gatherings, election administrators have urged voters to cast ballots either by mail or in person before Election Day. States already have seen record numbers of absentee ballot requests, and officials expect unprecedented levels of voter participation before November the 3rd. The US has ramped up its military presence in Syria after a number of skirmishes with Russian forces intensified tensions in the country. US officials said 6 Bradley fighting vehicles and about 100 troops were part of the deployment to northeast Syria. Incidents between US and Russian forces that patrolled that part of the country have escalated this year. U.S. Navy Captain Bill Urban said the move would ensure the safety and security of coalition forces. He added that alongside the fighting vehicles, which had been based in Kuwait, the U.S. would also deploy a Sentinel radar and increase the frequency of U.S. fighter patrols over U.S. forces. Now, news on sports. Mumbai Indians set a victory target of 163 runs for Chennai Super Kings in the inaugural match of Indian Premier League IPL in Abu Dhabi. Chennai Super Kings won the toss and sent Mumbai to bat first. Mumbai Indians scored 162 runs for 9 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Saurav Tiwari scored 42 runs while D. Cook scored 33 runs for Mumbai.
I wasn't 100% committed. Now trying to make some room.
And now to end the bulletin, a recap of the top stories. Podda Bridge railway link project getting noticeable at 26% of overall construction work accomplished. Time-tested leaders and workers to find place in new Awami League committees, says Ubaidul Qadir. BGP BSF agree on joint patrol to prevent smuggling and human trafficking. TCB continues sale of onion at 30 taka per kilogram as India allows sending in 25,000 tons of onion to Bangladesh. United States to increase troops in Syria as Russian forces clash with joint Syrian army. And Indian Premier League IPL opens in Abu Dhabi. Mumbai Indians set a victory target of 163 runs for Chennai Super Kings in the first match. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you indeed for joining us, and we invite you to watch 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.